When's the last time you made at least $1,000 in a day? Have you made $1,000 today? If not, stay tuned because this video is about to be full of gems just for you. Alright, so if you're new here, my name is Jance. I'm the owner of Brazen Boutique and the Boutique Academy. So half of my time is spent selling clothes. The other half of my time is spent teaching other people how to sell their merchandise online. So last month I actually hosted a 5-day challenge where I taught all of the students that joined what are 5 major things that are impacting their ability to control their revenue and ultimately be able to make $1,000 or more per day. So during that challenge, we actually had over 2,000 people join, and people were getting amazing results. They were literally applying the information and they started getting results like this and like this and like this. So if you want to get results like that, I want you to stay tuned because I'm about to tell you briefly those 5 topics, and if you are interested at the end, you can join the challenge as well. Alright, so the first topic that is preventing you or hindering you from being able to control your revenue and make $1,000 or more per day is the size of your audience. So when I speak about audience, I'm not just talking about the size of or the number of followers that you have. I am talking about your ability to put your business in front of more people. A lot of times we don't understand how our own actions impact our ability to grow our business. So in our business, one of the major things that should be a part of our strategy is visibility. We should always be thinking about what can we do to expand the reach of our business. And I personally operate in percentages. All day long, I am thinking about the percentage of my audience that might go to my website and the percentage of my audience that might actually make a purchase. So if you think about your business that way, ultimately you get to the point where you understand that only a percentage of your audience is actually going to make a purchase. So a lot of times when new business owners step into my classes and things like that, the first thing that they usually say to me is that I'm receiving so much traffic and I'm getting very few purchases. It is not about the amount of traffic that you receive, and it's also not about you trying to convert everyone, because that's just not how online business works. We ultimately get distracted by 1,000 things per day, but we're also being introduced to 1,000 things every single day. And so it's really important that we not only think about how can I get people to my website and get them to purchase, but also have the understanding that the more action we take, the more visibility we can have, which means the more people that are aware of our business, which means the more people we have in the pool of people that actually might convert. So when you have, for example, let's say 100 people come to your website in e-commerce, only 2 to 3% of your website traffic is actually going to convert into a sale. So if the size of your audience, let's say your Instagram audience, let's say you have 100 followers, and if we use that same percentage of 2 to 3%, that's saying that only 2 to 3 people out of 100 are actually going to go to your website and maybe potentially purchase. But those percentages are really in relation to your website traffic. So I always am thinking about percentages. If I can reach 500 more people today, or if I can get 500 more followers this month, or whatever the case may be, if only 2 to 3% of them actually make a purchase, what does that end up being in numbers of orders? Literally, math is at the very center of this business. If you can start to understand that the size of your audience, the amount of the traffic that you receive, your pricing, all those things, that they play a role in your ability to get your result or get the result that you want, ultimately your business is going to make a lot more sense. So the first thing that is impacting your ability to make $1,000 or more per day is the size of your audience. Your audience simply is not big enough. And then that leads us into our second problem, which is the amount of traffic being received on your website. So I don't know if you guys know this, but typically most businesses, new businesses, are not receiving enough traffic to even generate 1 sale per day. So 50, if you take the number 50 and you calculate 2% of 50, that equals 1. So that means that for every 50 people or 50 visits that you get to your store or your online store, you should get on average 1 purchase. And I know that sounds crazy. It's like, why would 50 people come to my website and only 1 person make a purchase? They don't have anything against you, most people. It's not that they don't like you. It's not that this product isn't right for them. It could be, but typically that's not the case at all. It's just that they haven't gained enough awareness or information about your business to be able to make a solid decision. And also, we're not considering the control that we have in that situation. So yes, I can get 50 people to my website, but ultimately those 50 aren't going to convert. But what can I do to make them come back and also impact their ability to make a decision? So that might be me retargeting them with ads. That might be me continuing to talk about the products on my social media and saying, you know, this is how many are left and things like that, rather than just expecting that people should make a purchase outright. That is just typically not how purchases happen. So the amount of traffic coming to our website is impacting our ability to make the money that we want to make. And what most people don't understand is that we control our traffic. People don't just make a decision to one day log onto your website unless they're already super duper duper aware of what your brand sells and they feel a sense of like desire or need for what your business offers. So this is why we receive emails every day. This is why we see ads all day. This is why businesses sponsor events or they have influencers and things like that, because they understand that they need to control their traffic. All right, so the third thing that's impacting your ability to make $1,000 a day is your leads. So when you hear the word leads as it pertains to marketing, it just means someone who has expressed interest in your product. So not just, you know, the people that are like, oh, you should get a red dress, I'm gonna definitely buy it, and then they don't buy it. Your leads are the people who sign up for your email list, they sign up for your text list, they've taken some like very important action that lets you know that they have a greater sense of interest besides someone who has just simply decided to follow your page. So when I think about growing my followers, I usually am not concerned with the number of followers that I have. I'm usually thinking about how I can lead as many of those followers away from the platform and get them on my email list. And you should be thinking about the same. So typically a lot of business owners, they don't understand that they should be prioritizing lead generation. That means that part of your content marketing should be you saying, sign up for our email list to stay up to date. Sign up for our email list to get a coupon on your first purchase. Sign up for our text list to be the first to know. You should be prioritizing lead generation. And not just because you want to make an immediate sale, but because you want to have a list of people that you can talk to whenever you feel the need to do so. So by me prioritizing my email list growth, I ultimately have thousands of people who I'm able to not only send an email to, but also I'm able to segment those lists into smaller groups of people based on details that I know about them. So their purchase behavior, products that they've left behind in their cart, their birthday, whatever the case may be. It makes it so much easier for me to make money because I can control my marketing or the messages that people are receiving and the products that people are receiving and the time that they're going to receive it and so many things. So if we think about social media, for example, we don't control social media. We control when we post, but we don't control when someone sees the content. We have no idea if they're going to see our content today, if they're going to see it in 3 hours, if they're going to see it tomorrow. We have no idea. But when you send emails and when you send texts, you get to decide who is supposed to receive this message, and you get to decide when it gets posted. Now, obviously, you don't control when or if they actually open the email, but you have so much more control over the delivery of your content when it comes to email versus with social media. We cannot guarantee that our content is actually going to fall onto the feeds of the people who follow us. Yes, even though they follow us, it does not mean that they're going to absolutely see our content. So lead generation has to be a primary part of your marketing, because email marketing will make up such a huge chunk of your business. Literally, on average, 30% or more of my monthly revenue comes from email marketing. So if I take away email marketing, my sales are going to decrease by 30%. Email marketing is my jam. I love email marketing. Now, side note, I might just have an email marketing class for y'all. Maybe. Check the link in the description bar. I ain't making no promises though. All right, so let's move on to number 4, which is your inventory. Child, some of y'all got all type of things going on your website, and ultimately you're getting the traffic, but then people get to the website and either you don't have enough inventory to serve all these people you're sending to your website, or you don't have enough of the right inventory. So this kind of goes back into like reading your data and being able to look at your data and say, this is what works well for my business and this is what I should continue to sell. This is what does not work well for my business and this is what I should leave alone. So the inventory obviously plays a major role in your ability to make the money that you want to make, because if you don't have inventory, you can't make money. If you don't have enough inventory, you're not going to make a ton of money. If you have too much old inventory, too much of the wrong inventory, so on and so forth, you're not going to make any money. So day 4 is all about understanding the role that inventory plays in your business. And it does not matter what you sell. I just want to clear that up. It does not matter what you sell. When I look at my analytics, I am not looking to see if a tank top sells better than a blue dress. I'm looking to see if I can understand the data of my business. Point blank, period. So if I sold hair, for example, I would be looking to see if I can identify, do the 18-inch bundles sell better than the 14-inch bundles? Because if so, I don't need to have so many 14-inch bundles on hand. I need to have more 18-inch bundles. Let's say you sell home decor. If you notice that most of your revenue comes from pillows and not rugs, you need to have more pillows in your possession, not rugs. Okay, so I think y'all get where I'm going with this. Ultimately, your inventory and your pricing, they go hand in hand, and ultimately your ability to make whatever amount of money you want goes along with those two things. So if I have a goal to make $1,000 per day and I don't have enough inventory to make $1,000 per day, I'm not going to be able to make $1,000 per day. Now, the bigger purpose of my challenge is for you to understand what it takes for you to control your revenue. So if you can control it, that means that you can grow it. If you, for example, have only made at most in a day $100 or $200, we need to figure out what you can do to be able to make $300, to be able to make $500. And if you can continue to grow it, you can continue to grow it to $1,000 or more. So just to reiterate, the challenge covers 5 things that are going to impact your ability to control your revenue and be able to make $1,000 per day. And those 5 things are the size of your audience, the amount of traffic you're receiving to your website, the amount of leads that you're collecting, the inventory that you have, and your pricing. They ultimately impact your ability to control your revenue. So if you're interested in joining the challenge, I'm going to put the link in the description bar. It is only $19. It is not a ton of money, y'all. Less than $20. I'm gonna teach you what it takes to be able to make $1,000 or more in your business. And I'm telling you that it's gonna work because, like I said, it has worked for my good people. And if you've taken the challenge, because like I said, over 2,000 people have taken the challenge. So if you've taken the challenge, drop in the comments what you thought about it. Did you love it? What did you learn? Did you make your $1,000? Did you grow your revenue? Let me know how it went. I would love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. Just drop them in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!